States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
School City of Whiting mission: through unique personalized opportunities, School City of Whiting students, support by our staff and community, choose high-quality education, pathways, and rich experiences that build capacity for our students to be responsible citizens, lifelong learners, and to respect and value differences. Call to order.
Jay Toll,
Here.
Chris Davenport,
Here.
Patty Herbst. Let the record show Patty is not here. Tom Ehrlich,
Here.
Rena Mendez.
Here.
Audience comments, public oral comments. There was nobody signed up for comments today. Consent agenda, approval of School City of Whiting board minutes from December 19th, 2024, and special meeting on January 2nd, 2024. Motion.
Motion. Second.
Any comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor? Aye. New business. Approval to set the 2025 regular school board meetings on the fourth Monday of every month, starting at 6 p.m. with the executive session being held at 5:30 p.m. with the exception of Tuesday, February 25th, Tuesday, April 29th, and Tuesday, May 27th. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second. Any comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Approval to appoint interim director of finance. Approval to appoint Lisa Wazinko as interim director of finance starting January 27th, 2025. You have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Number 3, approval to appoint school board attorney. Approval to reappoint Monica Conrad of Lewis and Capes as School City of Whiting school board attorney for the period of January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2025. Have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approval to reappoint corporation treasurer and deputy treasurer. Approval to reappoint the corporation treasurer and deputy treasurer Kim Mustari as school corporation treasurer for the period of January 1st, 2025 to January 31st, 2025. Make a motion.
Motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Lisa Rosinski as school corporation treasurer for the period of February 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2025. Make a motion.
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Alicia Cronin as school corporation deputy treasurer for the period of January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2025. Have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 5, approval to reappoint Jessica Belford and board recording secretary for the period of January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2025. Motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approval to reappoint the extracurricular treasurer and deputy treasurer for the period of January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2025. Tracy Rodriguez as Nathan Hale, extracurricular treasurer. Motion?
Motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor? Opposed? Christina Sandoval as Nathan Hale, deputy extracurricular treasurer.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Sheila Cobley as middle school extracurricular treasurer. Motion?
Motion. I'll second.
Any comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Sarah Diaz as middle school deputy extracurricular treasurer. Motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Deborah Bross as high school extracurricular treasurer.
Motion.
Second? Comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Christian Rojas as high school deputy extracurricular treasurer. Motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 7, approval to adopt resolution number 1 through 25, board member compensation.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
That's it? I should have received the mayor's comments.
I open the floor for public comment.
That's a comment for the
No comments?
Am I allowed to comment? I put my name on the list, but you don't have that list. I came in after you.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm commenting very cautiously. I don't understand the contract that was given to the former administrators. And I don't understand how the city of Whiting, the folks in the city of Whiting benefited from that contract being passed. And I would like that to never happen again, where somebody can get $600,000 collected and passed out to each other. And it doesn't go to the students of Whiting, it doesn't go to schools. They know where the money was, they knew how to get it. And I would like that to never happen again. So what could we do about that? Can you put a contract forward so that people could see it? The neighborhood people could see it? The parents can see it before somebody says, yeah, that sounds great. Give them a buyout. They can just leave on their own volition and you give them a bunch of money. That's my comment. Can we fix that?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, this is 2 minutes and 50 seconds, so you gotta work. I timed it out. So I want to start off, I want to thank the board, Ms. Conrad, I want to thank Mrs. Howe as well, giving me a couple minutes to talk. For those of you who don't know me, most of you probably do, my name's Alex Evon. I was hired here in 2003. I grew up in Highland, I graduated from Highland. But I didn't spend much time in Whiting, so I really had no idea what to expect when I was hired out here. Within a very short amount of time of being employed here, I realized that Whiting was unlike any place I'd ever been. I might get emotional, so you gotta give me a minute. To say that I was immediately comfortable would be an understatement. I felt almost an immediate connection to the school and community. The energy of the school was awesome and unique. Mr. Copier would stand in front of the school in the mornings and high-five kids on the way in each day, creating a positive atmosphere that served as an extended family to so many children that did not have structure in their homes. We became the security and safety that all these people look for, but most importantly, a child does. Whiting felt like one giant family and one that I absolutely wanted to be a part of. The common thread that held this family together was respect. It came from the top down to all around, and it permeated through the buildings to the students themselves. I've always been fascinated by the concept of respect because it's truly the only thing on earth that puts every human being on a completely even playing field. Gender, race, religion, and social status have zero impact on respect. Titles can be assigned and awards given, but respect has to be earned. And as a teacher, we had to earn that from our students every day and vice versa. You can have the most cutting-edge technology and lesson plans, but if you don't have the respect of your students, you've completely failed. The more time that I spent out here, the more I realized what it meant to be a Whiting person. Being a Whiting person had nothing to do with your zip code and everything to do with what was in your heart. Jeff Kane lived in Portage. He was a Whiting guy. Pam Smith lived in Crown Point, but she was a Whiting gal. And the list goes on and on. I didn't go to football games, plays, extracurricular events because I wanted points on my evaluation. I did it because it's what it meant to be a Whiting guy. You supported your staff, you supported your students, and you took pride in your city, and most importantly, you took pride in being an Oiler. I've always felt, and I will always feel, that what Whiting did better than anyone else was A, take care of the fundamentals, and B, carry on its school's traditions. We had excellent, stable athletics and academic programs. Pep rallies, theater programs, band programs that were all exemplary. In closing, I want to say that in 22 years of being a Whiting guy, I've never been prouder of my school or this board. Simply put, you did work, and you're going to continue to do work. In recognition of one of the loveliest human beings the school and community has ever been blessed with knowing, with the permission of the Courage family, I'd like to donate a nominal $250 in Char's name to the school. To be used however the board decides. Because one thing that I do know is that it will be used in the best interest of our students and our school. Now more than ever, it's time to Oiler up. Thank you.
Are we still doing public comments? Because it wasn't on the agenda, so. Is that a yes? Go ahead. All right. The last couple of months have been emotional, so I'm with Mr. Yvonne. So if I stop to gain my breath at some point, please forgive me. I would like to start by saying congratulations to our 3 newest board members. I know that most of the community, along with me, is hoping that you breathe some fresh air into this school district. I would also like to welcome interim school superintendent Howard Whiting. I wish you were here under better circumstances. I'd like to read a quote from a friend of mine who was a Whiting native and is an administrator in another district. The majority of the board members were too cooperative, gave complete autonomy to the central office leadership, and let them do what they wanted. Now look at the district, it's in shambles, and the outgoing board is to blame. Which brings me to my first talking point, the Board of School Trustees Compact. For the people in the room that have never read it, I'm going to read the first 2 paragraphs of it. The school city of Whiting has identified and hereby acknowledges that certain actions of prior board members represented a significant departure from the roles and responsibilities of a school board member and from the code of ethics of a school board member. The school city of Whiting is committed to not only acknowledging the prior wrongs, but is also committed to preventing future departures by educating new board members on their roles and responsibilities and enhancing the relationship between board members and the administration now and in the future. I don't know about you, but that sounds like the preamble of some dystopian novel. My father was a school board member for multiple terms. My wife was a board member for at least a term and a half. And practically every board member over the last 30 years I would consider to be a friend of mine. I can't imagine the disgust that they feel over this unnecessary indictment. And I also have to go on to say, for those of you in the room that know him, if my father was still alive, he'd probably punch the author of that thing in their face and anybody else that was stupid enough to sign it. You, the board, hire the administrators, you do the performance reviews, and you can fire them. I'd say that makes you the boss, not them. This compact needs to be rescinded and torn up. Any policy that was enacted by previous boards can probably be undone if you see fit. Don't relinquish your authority and allow for the creation of another dictator. I'll leave it at that. The shroud of secrecy surrounding this district needs to be lifted and lifted quickly. Let's talk about meeting agendas and meeting minutes. The agendas never get published a day ahead of time. Your meetings are on Mondays and they don't get posted until Monday morning. That makes it almost impossible for anyone to plan on attending a meeting, probably on purpose, at least in the past. At a minimum, they should be published by the end of business on the Friday before the meeting, if not sooner. In my opinion, the meeting minutes are a joke. If someone does attend a meeting and speaks on a subject, it doesn't list who it was or what the content of their comments were. How does this give anybody in the community a sense of what's going on? Additionally, the board docs webpage is a nightmare for anybody that's even remotely computer literate to navigate, let alone anybody else. Again, probably that was on purpose. God forbid that somebody in the public know what's going on. The practice of voting unanimously to present a unified front is also misplaced, in my opinion. The voters of this community deserve the right to be able to judge you, the board members, during your term to decide if they want you back in office or not. Vote your heart or your conscience, don't be a minion. A little bit more on secrecy. I don't believe there was ever any sort of public announcement of what actually happened with the auditorium damage. Nor has anybody from the public been allowed to see.
Sorry to interrupt you, but your time's up.
I would ask the president to poll the board members to see if I could be given 2 more minutes.
There's, you can suspend, but you also have to be concerned about, you need to be identified risk. The same for everybody. So that's what the context of the discussion.
Another minute.
I don't believe there was ever any sort of public announcement of what actually happened with the auditorium damage, nor has anybody from the public been allowed to see exactly what the current state of that space is. I don't understand that. If this situation was the result of lack of maintenance or inspection and/or lack of reporting the deterioration, then those parties should be immediately discharged. Your predecessors passed something like an $8 million bond to repair one of the school roofs and that auditorium. I bet maybe 100 people in this city know that fact. Most individuals get stonewalled when they come, well, at least they used to get stonewalled when they come to the admin building requesting information. The roof, I might understand, it's a wear item. The auditorium, not so much. And $8 million, seriously, there needs to be some transparency on this subject. The practice of not being able to ask questions at a board meeting needs to go away. It looks really stupid. Someone from the board should attend exit interviews with employees that are leaving. That way you hear the whole story, not a whitewashed version. I can't believe that lights in the Memorial Gymnasium that need to be replaced go for months without action. Most people in the state know that our facility is a gem and it should not be neglected. There were plenty of people in the community that disagreed with having an assistant superintendent. If we had one assistant principal that could float between buildings when somebody was out, that would be good. We have one, let's use them to their full potential. Someone once said, you get what you get. Nobody pays attention and then bad stuff happens. I'm guilty like everybody else, I didn't pay attention. But trust me, going forward, I'll be paying close attention. Ask the hard questions, trust but verify. If you don't get the answer that you want, keep digging. Thank you for your time.
Motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion.
Second. Motion. Adjourn.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes.